Hey everyone, today you're working on ratio problems, so make sure you've got your notes booklet in front of you and you're opened up to the page that says ratio problems and get ready to take the notes down. Then you'll have your second booklet ready to work through pages 29 to 34 once we've gone through this video. So you might need to pause this video at certain points to be able to get the notes down. All right, ratio problems. Let's have a look at some examples. So Chelsea's fish is 3 times heavier than Eli's fish. Write the ratio of the weight of Chelsea's fish to Eli's fish. So we remember with ratios, order is important. So Chelsea's fish was first, and then Eli's fish. So Chelsea's fish is 3 times heavier. So the way that we would write that ratio is 3 to 1. Okay, for one of Eli's fish, Chelsea would be 3 times heavier. So it's 3 to 1. Okay, if we're looking at the weight of Eli's fish to Chelsea's fish, we are then going the opposite way because Eli is first in the question. Okay, so remember order is important. So the order that it's stated in the question is the order of the ratio. Do we know the actual weight of either fish? The answer is no. No, we don't know the actual weight, okay? Eli's fish could be 2 kilos. And because Chelsea's fish is 3 times that, it would be 6 kilos. Eli's fish could be 10 grams. And because Chelsea's fish is 3 times that, it could be 30 grams. So we don't know what the actual weight is, but we do know that whatever Eli's fish's weight is, Chelsea's fish is 3 times that amount. Okay, so you might need to pause the video here so you can get that information written down into your booklets. Next, we're looking at Ciara buys a rabbit for $4 and later sells it for $6. So we want to find the ratio of her selling price to her cost price. So what does she sell it for? Well, she sells it for $6. And what did it cost her? It cost her $4. Now, whenever we're doing a ratio, we want to make sure that it can be simplified. So remember, to simplify a ratio, you put it into your calculator as a fraction. So it would be 6 over 4, and when I press equals, I get 3 over 2. So we need to make sure that we simplify that ratio and rewrite 3 to 2. Okay, always simplify your ratios. This time we're looking at selling price to the profit. So the selling price was still $6, and if we think about it, how much profit did she make? Well, she bought the rabbit for $4, and then she sold it for $6. That means she made $2 in profit. So the selling price to the profit is 6 to 2. Again, we check if it can be simplified. So you put it in your calculator as a fraction. So it'll be 6 over 2. When you press equals, it gives you an answer of 3. And remember, when it's a whole number, it's 3 to 1 because the fraction is technically over 1. So that would be 3 to 1. Okay, cost price to profit. Okay, so the cost of buying the fish was $4 and her profit was 2. Again, we check if we can simplify it. So we put it into our calculator. We have 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom. When we press equals, we get 2. Remember, when it's a whole number, it's that whole number to 1. So the ratio becomes 2 to 1. Okay, so for today, every time you look at a ratio, see if it can be simplified. All right, a bus travelled 400 kilometres in 3 hours. How far would it have travelled after 6 hours if it continued at the same pace? So we're looking at 3 hours. It travels 400 kilometres. And I want to know how far, if it was going at the same pace, it would get in 6 hours. So if I think about it, to get from here to here, I have timesed by 2. So to get from here to here, I also need to times by 2. So that would give me 800 kilometres. Okay, so that's the answer for that one. Okay, you might want to pause here to make sure you've got that information written into your booklets, ready to take the next slide's notes. So here we've got a bag of M&Ms, has a ratio of 5 to 4 green M&Ms to blue M&Ms. If Jessica bought a bag with 25 green M&Ms, how many blue ones would she have? So remember, our ratio is 5 to 4. Okay, now In the question, green M&Ms is first and then blue M&Ms. So in our ratio, green M&Ms is first and then blue M&Ms, okay, because the order is important. So if Jessica bought a bag with 25 green M&Ms, it's going to go underneath the 5 because that's where the green M&Ms are. And we don't know how many blue M&Ms there are, so I'm just going to put an X there because we don't know what that value is. But we do know that the ratio needs to be equal. So to get from here to here, we have times by 5. So to get from there to there, I also need to times 5. 4 times 5 is 20, so there would be 20 blue M&Ms. Okay, Eddie and Zoe share a bag of jelly beans in the ratio of 5 to 4. If there are 36 jelly beans in the bag, how many does each person get? So firstly, we need to think about how many total parts there are. So if we're looking at that ratio, one side is 5, the other side is 4. So 5 plus 4 equals 9. So there's 9 parts in total. Now, Eddie is the first person in the ratio, so Eddie gets 5 out of those 9 parts. And Zoe is the second person in the ratio, so she gets 4 out of those 9 parts. So let's have a look at Eddie first. So again, Eddie gets 5 out of those 9 parts. So we want to know what 5/9 of 36 is. Remember, when we say of in mathematics, we mean times. Okay, so I want to go 5 over 9 and times it by 36 because there was 36 jelly beans that are being split. We can put that straight in our calculator. 5 over 9. We times it by 36. We get 20 as an answer. So that means that Eddie would get 20 jelly beans. Let's now check what Zoe would get. So remember, Zoe gets 4 out of 9 of those jelly beans. And there was, let's quickly go back to that. There was 36 jelly beans. So if we put that in our calculator, I'm just going to quickly change that 4. We get 16 as an answer. So Zoe gets 16 jelly beans. And if you add 20 plus 16, you should get 36 in total because there was 36 that were being split. So make sure you've got all that information filled into your notes booklet. When you have done that, you can go to finish pages 29 to 34 in your workbook. Thanks, guys.